What's up, friends? Welcome to Woodbine Outdoors. I wanted to talk to you for a minute about some things that are on my mind because I like to talk, if you haven't noticed yet. But listen, if you don't want to hear what I have to say and you just want to see gratuitous headshots, please feel free to fast forward because some of those are coming next. But no, I did want to address some of the comments that I get in my YouTube videos, especially the shorts where, you know, some poor squirrel's head's exploding and then somebody is just weeping and gnashing of teeth. The innocent squirrel. How could you shoot the poor innocent squirrel? As if a squirrel has the capacity to be guilty or innocent. That's fascinating to me that someone could say, innocent squirrel. How can a squirrel be innocent? How can a squirrel be guilty? But I'll tell you what, there are a few things a squirrel can be. That's a nuisance. A squirrel can be a pest. A squirrel can also be delicious. They can't be guilty or innocent. I suppose they could be guilty of stealing your bird feed, but you know, that's just doing kind of what a squirrel does. They, you know, they'll rob your bird seed. And so that's why I kind of do battle with them. I really just feed them. I feed them because I do like to watch the squirrels. I like to see their behavior. And I like to shoot them. I like to hunt them. I want them to be healthy. I want to keep the population thin. That's another reason why I do it. It's amazing how many squirrels just live around my house. So let me show you. So this is my backyard right there. Gibson has actually moved the trampoline over there. This is my soon-to-be workshop. That's why it's got open sides, but a concrete pad. And so here's like my front yard and our house. And you can hear our neighbor. You can't see the driveway, but I probably can hear that car over there. This is actually my setup that I got right now. So I got my gun and everything set up right there. I actually got a new camera. I got a Tacticam 6.0 on there. And there's actually a squirrel already over there. He's sizing everything up. I just filled the feeders up. Between the flying squirrels at night, they're nocturnal, and then the daytime squirrels, the gray squirrels during the day, they are cleaning these feeders out, man. And that's with pretty regular shooting of squirrels. I shot over 30 squirrels last year just off of this back feeder back here. Over 30. I didn't start counting until I had already killed about 10. Let me show you. So there's a squirrel over there on the feeder right now, riding the feeder. See it shaking? And then there's squirrels on the ground right there under the bird feeder, getting the bird seed that the birds knock out. So they can't get on this bird feeder. I have it hung by a little wire, and the squirrels can't get up there. So they can just, you know, eat the leftovers that are there. But I wanted to talk about how silly people are. Did you know that it's a very small population of people who are vegans? It's under 10%. People like to claim to be vegetarians, but they eat meat. They're liars. Some people aren't. But did you know 83% of people live in cities? 83% of people in the U.S. That's a lot. I didn't know that. I looked that up here a few days ago. They live in cities. And these people tend to get detached from what life really is. Their food, let's not say food, their meat is delivered to them on trucks, wrapped up. There's no blood in their meat. And so they get detached from what it really means to be a meat eater, to eat meat. I'm a deer hunter. I hunt many things. I hunt deer, hogs, squirrel. Pretty much if it runs, moves, and is made of meat, I'll hunt it, I'll shoot it, and I'll eat it. And that doesn't make me heartless. That makes me a human being. And that makes me a human being who is in control of what I eat, what I consume, when so many people aren't. They rely on those trucks. Man, if those trucks quit running, they're screwed. And really, that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to make this channel. This channel is to help people to learn to hunt, to show you that you can do it in your yard, and to kind of show that these animals are delicious. But when I hear people going, you know, innocent squirrel, and you don't have anything better to do, you know, I know these people they're never going to watch this, but the people who are going to watch it really should also have a little bit of education on what hunting is. You know, hunters, People say, I hear people in the comments who are defending me, they say, oh, you animal lover, get out of here. Listen, I'm an animal lover. I love animals. But I put animals in their proper context. I am not an animal. I'm a human being who was created by God, who was given dominion over the earth and the ability to think. So I'm actually managing the squirrel population that's on my property. A bobcat or a hawk or any other predator. I'm not a predator. I'm a human who eats meat. And so I control my environment. Predators don't control their environment. They'll kill everything. If the animals hold still, they'll kill them. They'll kill them all. And they won't have anything to eat. We as humans, in the past, haven't done a great job of managing animal populations. But now, we do a fantastic job of it. And it's hunters, by the way, not vegans. It's hunters who are the ones who are responsible for animals being in the shape that they're in such good condition. They're responsible for the deer population surging in this country. We're responsible for the turkey population absolutely exploding, an animal that was almost endangered. Alligator populations. We're the ones that recognized the problem, hunters, and said, wait a minute, if we keep doing this, we're not going to have any more animals. So we stopped it. Even the buffalo, which that's a bad one if you've ever studied the buffalo. What we did as new Americans, new humans in this country to the buffalo was disastrous, but they're back, man. They're back in record numbers, and they're roaming the plains, which is fantastic. And people are so detached from what it really means to be a hunter, to be a conservationist. I'm a conservationist. I conserve. Everywhere where I hunt, people say, "You're going to kill all the deer." Man, everywhere where I hunt, there's more deer, and you see more deer. I could get into facts that does get in these matriarchal groups where there's there's a main female in charge, and that main female will keep another matriarchal group out. So you might have 7 or 8 does on a property. Whenever I take that matriarchal doe out, those herds will merge, and then you'll have 16 deer. And so killing 3 to 4 or 5 deer a year off of a piece of property, especially when does are having twins, it doesn't do anything to the population. It actually increases, it actually strengthens, and over time it will increase the population if you do it right. So whenever you see the weeping and the gnashing of teeth, the poor innocent squirrel, I just want you to realize how absurd those people are, and how absurd it sounds to say that I'm doing something wrong or that I'm a bad person because I kill a squirrel. I mean, I'm doing it also in one of the most humane ways possible. A 25 caliber pellet, like a dadgum dump truck through that squirrel's brain. It is dead immediately. And that's a good, listen, that's the most humane death a squirrel could ask for. Not to mention all the squirrels that get to eat the feed that I put out. There's no telling how many hundreds of pounds I put in these 2 feeders a year. It's hundreds of pounds of feed. And many of these squirrels get to eat for free. They're all fat. I'm going to record some of the ones that I filmed this year, how incredibly obese these squirrels are. I mean, they're so fat and greasy and really healthy squirrels. I have seen them in the woods where they're so skinny and frail that they really look sad, and I end up chunking them in the woods because they're not even really good to eat. So healthy squirrels is what I have. I have a thriving population. You literally can't get rid of them. They're like shark's teeth. You kill one, there's another one right behind it. I've never seen anything like it. I never realized it until I started feeder shooting like I do, that there was actually so many squirrels. It's crazy. I'm going to also do coming up some live woods hunts. I got this new camera that goes on my gun that's going to make that hunt really, really fun and really fun to film. But listen, sit back, relax, and let's take some headshots. Let's get some trigger time in. And most of all, let's go hunting. Come on, let's go hunting. You should go hunting too. It's a blast. All right. We are finally ready to get started. It took me forever to get this camera lined up. And man, there's a lot of activity out here on the feeder. Look at this. They're just everywhere, chasing each other around. My nuts. No, my. Well, it's actually corn. Very territorial little critters. And they are all over the place. Look at this guy. What kind of position is this? I don't know, but we're about to lock and load. Push a pellet in here. Let's see. It's they're about 15 yards over there. I'll wait for him to get another one, see if he comes back up to the same spot. Ooh, that'll do it. See him on the ground right there. Good headshot. That is all just nerves. Every bit of that. Now the rest of them are getting amped up like, what was that? They're all over there trying to figure out what's going on. I can scoot this over a little bit. I'm shooting through a little gap in this blind. So that's what's in the way right there. But they're looking at that squirrel down on the ground like, what's going on? But one less squirrel for competition as far as they're concerned. I never want to take these shots where that squirrel's curious because they move so fast. Like, you might think, oh, I probably could squeeze that in right there, but then it just moves so quick. I've missed a lot of these shots. They just matrix you. They're just, the pellet's on the way and they just pop out of the way. So, yeah, I don't ever want to take these shots. They're such fidgety little creatures. But this squirrel is going to get sick of that here in just a minute, and he is going to go right to that feeder and start eating. Put another pellet in here. A bolt action pellet gun, man, is where it's at. I recommend it. All right, for about the last 5 minutes, this squirrel has been back and forth, up and down the tree, wondering what happened to that squirrel, but he's finally satisfied that he gets the feeder all to himself. So, we're going to take this shot whenever he goes and gets another piece of corn. I'm going to tell you, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool shooting the gun while looking at your phone screen. Man, look at this guy. He's still wondering what happened to that squirrel. Oh, there's another squirrel back behind him. See this stuff shaking? It's about to have some competition. All right, let's see what we can do here. Oh boy. And another good one. Man, when you see them flopping around like that, that's the shot that you want right there. That squirrel's dead. That's nothing but nerves. And I don't know if that sound translates to the video or not, but that pop, that whack sound, that This gun is so quiet. I know it probably sounds loud on the video, but it's pretty quiet over there. That's that whacking sound, that thumping sound. That's the pellet popping his little head like a grape. Whew. That made quick work of him right there. Number 2 on the deck. All right, we got number 3 on the feeder. I'm filming also with my new Tacticam, so I'm trying to get used to this thing. So I'm gonna get some footage right down the barrel, and then some footage, and then this scope camera footage. This joker's gonna ride the feeder. That's all right. I still got something for him. Let's get a little zoom in here. Zoom, and a boom, boom. Oh, we gotta put I'm not loaded, but I'm loaded now. Look at this joker. Other side of the feeder. What do you think we're gonna be able to do? Think we're gonna be able to thread the? There we go. Let's watch him for a minute. Squirrels are really fascinating little creatures. I've learned a lot about them. You know, I've hunted them my whole life since I was a little kid, but I've probably learned more about them since we've moved into this house, and I've started feeder shooting a little bit and just watching them. And watching them chase each other, and then just kind of reading little articles about squirrels and what they do. And you know, these things do, I didn't realize it, these things do millions of dollars of damage a year to people's houses, people's cars. So it's a rodent. So they like to chew wires and build nests in people's attic. And so I got a buddy of mine who's killed, I think he's in the 60s now, just in a little yard in a neighborhood, because they cost about $5,000 worth of damage to one of his cars in his driveway. And so he's just been at war with them, and he was amazed at how many squirrels there were. You know, he thought he was going to kill 5 or 6 squirrels, and that was going to be the end of it, but these woods are loaded down with them. And then whenever you kill a few, the ones who were pushed out of that territory, just, I guess they're always checking the boundary lines of their territory. And so as soon as you kill those squirrels, literally the next day, there'll be 5 squirrels on this feeder every day. I got 2 on the deck right now, and then this one that's riding the feeder. And then there'll be the same amount of squirrels here tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day. That's the craziest thing. All right. We'll be back whenever the squirrel gives us a shot. All right, let's see if we can get him off of this feeder with a bark. Now he's like, what was that? So that's not quite a distress bark. Do a distress bark, he'll jump off of that feeder. Maybe not. But he held still. Oh boy. That distress bark, man, I can't tell you how many squirrels I've killed with that. It'll make them jump up off the ground, because they're uncomfortable on the ground anyway. And so when you do that distress bark, they want to come up and see what's going on. And then they get that. Man, that 25 caliber pellet hitting that squirrel in the head is just a crazy sound. And that's number 3, folks. Just like that, just a few minutes. All right, we're right here looking at the rear feeder. Losing the light a little bit here, so the range is a little bit different. I'm trying to make this shot right here. See if we can keep Bruno from ruining it for us. Again, I haven't loaded a pellet. There we are. Oh, don't ride the feeder. It's like they know. That's why we call it trigger time. Zoom in a little bit. Oh, look at this. Look at this guy. Maybe when he returns back right there, we'll send it. Let's see. He stops. That's too much. That's too much wiggle. Even he can't even stay standing up. Look how fat that squirrel is. I think that was a good shot. I don't know though. I don't see no jumping. Let's go see. All right, let's go see what the damage was for the day. For the evening. And they're all just right here in a pile. And we got headshot. I mean, they're all headshots. They're all headshots. Oh man. And there we go. You could walk around in the woods all evening and not do that good. That's the thing I like about feeder shooting. All right. What's up, friends? This is day 2 of shooting in the backyard. I shot in the front yard yesterday. Backyard today. And I already got a squirrel out here riding the feeder. Got to come up with a different feeder. These guys like to ride the feeder. Well, I guess, you know, hey, makes for a challenging shot. Anyway, let's have some fun. That's probably it right there. This guy's riding the feeder, but he's getting real nice and still. If I can get him where the feeder's not right behind him. Let's wait for him to finish that one up. He's about to pop that head. Man, I could have taken that like 6 times. Of course, I'm not loaded. I literally just squeezed the trigger. Oh man. Did y'all see that on the video? I squeezed that trigger. I'm not gonna do it now. Now I'm scared. He's gotta be finishing that up. Wait it out. Unbelievable. There we go. Man. And I mean, he's just instantly still. Whew. The straight on headshots are crazy. All right. Man. One down. So this guy is going back behind the oh shoot. Slide this a little bit. There we go. This guy's like, is he sitting on the limb back behind? He's sitting, he done's got him one. And he's literally sitting back behind the feeder. He's on like a limb. Well, we'll give him a minute because I want him to be on the GoPro. Let's see what he does. Yeah, he literally jumped to the back tree back there. I think he saw that other one get popped. And he was like, I better wait and see. I could take that shot, but let's just watch him for a second. I think he's looking at that other squirrel down there. Put a pellet in here. All right. Let's see about this one right here. Boom. Right by the shovel, just holding the GoPro. Oh, we got somebody up there saw it. And literally, that's just nerves. And you see, this is my GoPro rig. Whenever you see this GoPro footage, that's where it's coming from. That's some bootleg stuff right there, ain't it? There's a squirrel up here. He is rather upset. Right up there somewhere. See his tail flapping. Anyway, we're gonna wait for him right there because they ain't gonna be able to resist. So we got one right here. He's checking out. He's looking at the ones down on the ground like, what are you doing? But I'm gonna tell you, curiosity may have killed the cat, but it definitely killed the squirrel. There's another one coming down the tree up here too, just jumping on the back of the tree. There he is. I'm telling you, it's non-stop squirrel activity back here on this tree. This is a very established feeder. It's been here almost since we moved in 4 years ago. So they are very, very well acquainted with it. Let's put a pellet in here because I think we're about to have some action. I think I'm about to have to reload here. I got 2 pellets left. Let's get a little zoom here. We don't want to shoot like that. We want to zoom this thing in. We're gonna like a coffee can. There we go. Harder to miss when you got a bigger target, right? I don't like that little shadow right there. Let me fix that. Keep scrolling, I'm gonna mess it up. Nice easy squeeze. And that's number 3. Put that GoPro over there because maybe it's flopping in the bushes back there. Maybe you'll be able to hear. I don't know what it's going to sound like over there. GoPro's got audio on it, so we'll see what it sounds like. I'm sure you'll already be hearing it as I'm talking about it in the video. I'm going to be playing it side by side with the first, second, third shot. So, and there we go. And literally, there's another squirrel up there. I just saw him jump back over to the magnolia. So he'll be here in a minute. He won't be able to stand it. Won't be able to stand it. So here's my new setup for the backyard. I started shooting, or at least right now, shooting from the porch right here. I just got my gun in the death grip right here. Got a little chair to sit in, and I can just peek around the corner right here, and there's the feeder and the GoPro. It's pretty quiet out there right now, so I think we're gonna go pick up some squirrels. Let's go do a little pickup. Pick up these 3. That way it don't slow them down when the next round comes out here. You know, they tend to visit. They tend to visit in rounds. These squirrels, you know, they see other squirrels on it, and then they stay away because some of these squirrels are real dominant. And I'm gonna tell you, man, look how fat these squirrels are. That one's pretty young, but this one right here, good grief. Look at the size of that thing. Pellet right there. Man. They are full grown. You hear me? It's gonna make some mighty fine critter fritters. And there's number 4. He looks like he's just chilling. What's he doing? Let's get a little zoom. Oh no, he's eating. Somebody is not shooting their silenced pellet gun. Can y'all hear that on there? Somebody's shooting a gun. I don't know if they know this, but this is the city limits. And this is my 8th pellet. I'm about to put it here right now. Let's see what this little feller does. Oh, I'm drinking a Diet Coke. That's a little one. Well, young. Looks like he probably would have been born this spring. You know what them are good for. They go right in the grease. Just fry them because they're super tender. Yeah. Well, I might just go ahead and take this shot. In the hole in the tree. That's right, it's pretty shallow. He's digging it out. Look at all the stuff coming out of there. All right. Well, we might make it 5 before it's all over well. All right, that's squirrel number 7. Missed one. Couldn't find that one I shot off the back feeder last night, so squirrel number 7. So I think that's a wrap for this video. I tried out some new techniques on the first 4 squirrels I shot. I used the Tacticam on top of the camera, and I didn't like that too much. So on this one, I used the GoPro for the up-close shot. We're gonna see how that turns out. I hope you'll leave in the comments, you know, which one you liked and how you liked it, which one you liked the best. I'm just working on different techniques to see, you know, what I like the best and what I enjoy the most. I think I'm gonna like this GoPro being right here. It's so bootleg. Look at this. This GoPro is I just got it sitting right here, and this is an old GoPro, man. This is like a hero, just the OG, like first GoPro that ever came out. I got it literally on a shovel just to get it up high, get the audio real close so you can hear that pellet impact. Dum-Dum's down here trying to dig this squirrel out of. Hey, will you move? Move, I'll get him. You're supposed to get him. You're supposed to get him. Yeah. Will you move? Get the squirrel. Get the squirrel. Listen, he is useless as a fetch dog. He can find a deer, but man, he will not fetch. Bring me the squirrel. Come on, get it. All right. Anyway, hey, thanks for joining me. And tune in again. Love you, bye.